Remember this clip?
The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job.
Well, in the week since, you might have heard about something called qualified immunity. Qualified immunity is a legal doctrine created by judges. It creates a high, nearly insurmountable hurdle to successful lawsuits against law enforcement officers who violate a person's constitutional rights. It effectively prevents victims and their families from vindicating those rights in court, holding officers accountable, and recovering damages for the harm done to the family. After a Minnesota police officer brutally murdered George Floyd in 2020, I introduced legislation, along with Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, to abolish the defense of qualified immunity for state law enforcement officers. And now, with the cold-blooded killings of Renée Good and Alex Pretti at the hands of federal law enforcement officials, Congresswoman Pressley has once again joined me in introducing a bill that would also authorize lawsuits against federal law enforcement officers and abolish the qualified immunity defense. And we need this legislation because the United States Supreme Court has repeatedly made it harder for victims to sue federal officials while upholding the doctrine of qualified immunity. And it shows no signs of changing course. Many victims have been denied justice, even in very egregious cases of police brutality, because of this flawed doctrine of qualified immunity. So when a federal agent shot Renée Good as she drove away from him, and when two federal agents fired 10 bullets into Alex Pretti as they restrained him on a Minneapolis sidewalk, maybe they thought they could get away with it because of what Vice President Vance said, and that would be wrong. But because we can't allow it to happen, we need to deter future misconduct through accountability. And the families of Renée Good and Alex Pretti and other victims deserve justice. Congress needs to pass my qualified immunity bill now.